Have you or anyone you know had any weird dreams where Nicolas Cage tried to kill you or you? If so, please stick around for the rest of this review so I can tell you how to best avoid this terrible dilemma. Okay, to get to the point, if you are having those kind of weird-ass dreams, I suggest you watch the movie Renfield. He is ghoulish in that movie, so he will definitely turn you off and make you not interested in him sexually. Unless you're into burnt people and monsters. So, what is Dream Scenario about? Well, it's funny you should ask, because I'm going to tell you. A hapless man finds his life turned upside down when millions of strangers suddenly start seeing him in their dreams. When his nighttime appearances take a nightmarish turn, Paul is forced to navigate his newfound stardom. Wow, what a weird premise. That is so weird, isn't it? People are dreaming of Nicolas Cage. That's what made me want to click on this movie, because I read that premise and I thought, wow, let's watch this. This movie is directed by Christopher Bergoli. I probably said that wrong, but here's hoping I said it right. It stars Nicolas Cage and Julianne Nicholson, and I have to say, Nicolas Cage was born to play these kind of characters. He likes playing strange, odd kind of people, and this guy is no exception. He is one odd duck. For starters, I have to say really quick, I did not watch the trailer for this movie. I only read the premise, so when I saw Michael Cera show up, I was like, oh my God, it's George Michael! And he had some scruff, he had some beard, he was looking a lot more like a dad. And I thought, wow, how cool to see George Michael found success after the banana stand. So one of the things I immediately noticed about this movie is this movie for sure feels like you're watching an art house movie. It feels independent in nature, which is one of my favorite genres. In fact, while I was watching this movie, I kept thinking of a little movie called Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It's the one that's on my wall right there, okay? The one with Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet. Have you seen it yet? If you haven't, why? So one of the best things about this movie is, of course, Nicolas Cage. He excels at playing these kind of odd roles. He likes to do dramas, he likes to do comedies, and he likes to do the insane and bizarre. And this movie has a bit of all of that, which is just the perfect movie for him. He gets to be this helpless man who's a loser. People look down on him. He's really craving attention. He wants to be important. He wants to write a book. He's hoping that he'll become famous and that people will start to, he'll start to matter to people because he feels like he doesn't matter. And honestly, I can relate to that. I had that period in my high school. This might be kind of surprising, but I wasn't very popular. I was like a drama nerd. I was in the drama class. I sucked at sports. I didn't even go to the sports. I was not popular. I was sort of similar to Nicolas Cage's character in this movie. But I didn't have anyone dreaming of me. So that was even worse. No, but really, I wouldn't want people dreaming of me the way they were dreaming of Nicolas Cage in this movie, because his dream appearances were quite creepy, quite unsettling. He would just show up, he'd be there, he would just be walking by, and it was disturbing to people. The people in this movie found this to be extremely creepy, especially as later on throughout the movie, the dreams stopped being so innocent, and suddenly he's going after people with hammers, and he's going after people, and he's trying to stup them, He's just going after people. This is an interesting premise. This movie has a lot of interesting stuff going on. It is a very peculiar story and something that I feel like Charlie Kaufman would have written. It feels like Charlie Kaufman's writing. If you're not familiar with Charlie Kaufman, well, he wrote Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. He also wrote Being John Malkovich, Sindoshe, New York. I probably didn't say that right, but yeah, he has a trippy mind. This movie has a lot of Charlie Kaufman qualities. Just a very odd movie, but so entertaining. The director of this movie must have felt like he struck gold when Nicolas Cage signed up for this movie, because this is a role that few people can really play. He plays a nerd. He plays a wacky guy. He does everything that you would expect from a Nicolas Cage movie. And when you get him in your movie, you're going to have a very interesting, bizarre factor going on. He's Nicolas Cage, for God's sakes. He's super viral. He's super popular. And he's going to help your movie appeal to more people. One of the things I took away from this movie is that fame is not all it's cracked up to be. Nicolas Cage's character has a strong yearning to matter to people. He really wants that attention. He wants to be embraced by people. He wants to be cared about. He wants to be loved. And when that finally starts happening, it actually comes with a double-edged sword. The fame starts to become a problem. All of a sudden, it's not looking so good to be famous. Now, I'm not famous yet, so I can't comment on this. But I have to think that so many people kind of coming to this conclusion and portraying this and saying this, because this is actually a popular phrase. Fame is not all it's cracked up to be. That's a famous phrase, so there must be some truth to it. I will let you know if it is true, if and when I finally get famous. Not everything about this movie is perfect. I thought some of the pacing could have been tightened up a little bit, just put a bow on it, make it move a little bit faster. But overall, I thought this movie is really entertaining. I was highly moved by the story. I thought Nicolas Cage did a great job. I found it to be just like a weird fever dream. So with all that being said, I think this movie is easily an 8. I think that most people are going to find it very funny. It is quite entertaining. Actually, if you want to watch this movie, you can check it out on HBO Max. If you have that, it's on there. Otherwise, I'm sure you can rent it on iTunes or whatever else you can use. Anyways, if you liked this movie, please let me know in the comments. What did you think of it? It's a pretty odd movie. It's probably not going to be for everyone, but if you liked it, put that in the comments. If you liked this video, please let me know by hitting the little like button. It's right under the video. It looks like a thumb. If you could click that, that would be awesome. And if you want to see more reviews, then subscribe to my channel. And that is all I have to say. Later.